Islam to you. Peace and love to you.
Down.
Hey, Shanti Bay. Akil, good to see you. I'm supposed to be off today, but Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are my days. Supposed to be off today, but I decided to hit y'all up. This is just an update. I'm not going to take too much of your time. The emails that we're getting at COCNE and Mexum are on point now. Everyone's talking about nationalizing, which is what we want. Close that, Junior. We want nationalization. So when people email us, they're starting to say, I would like to nationalize. That's who we're responding to. 1 second. Stay out of there, Junior. All right. Islam Kelvin, I appreciate your contribution to consular courts. I wish that our brothers and sisters in our community could be that way towards one another permanently. I told the man my phone's is broken and I can't do nothing right now because I don't have a computer. The man owns a phone store. Went and sent me a phone. Why? Because I'm his brother and I needed help. That's why. This is what we need to be doing in our communities. Every more that has something should be given to another more that does not have, and to the point of self-sufficiency. We're on the black codes today. Let's throw out some definitions so that we the people can be edified. The first definition that I want to give to the people is the definition of, let's see here. Sorry, I'm trying to get organized for y'all right now. Muslim. I'm going to give this definition to you because you guys hear the words and be persecuting each other. Oh, that's a Muslim, he evil. Oh, that's a Christian, he evil. Oh, that's a Buddhist, they evil. They worshiping Lucifer and this and that. It's just the words. You got to understand the meaning of the words. If you understood the meaning of the words, you wouldn't get so angry when you heard it. Be hating on each other because of whatever deity that somebody chooses to worship. That's their individual morality, man. You got to let them have their own worship, their own deity. The great white brotherhood, white means sovereign. They speak about religious tolerance as number one. A mufti, M-U-F-T-I, a Muslim legal expert who is empowered to give rulings on religious matters. That is the definition of a mufti. Now, the definition of a Muslim, I'll give you this definition, because we need to know these things so when we hear the words, we ain't getting all our boxes in a bunch, man. We needing brothers and sisters of the same bloodline getting upset and separating ourselves from them, don't want to ask them who they are or what they're about or where they come from. The only thing you concerned about is whether or not they worship the same deity as you. That ain't caring about the person. I got you. Now, when I get done with the definitions, we're going to go into the Christian black codes. Now, you heard the definition of a mufti. Now, the definition of a Muslim, 1610s, from Arabic Muslim, one who submits to the faith. The root of Aslama, he resigned, related to Islam. Religious system revealed by Muhammad, 1816, from Arabic Islam, literally submission to the will of God. He resigned, he surrendered, he submitted. Now, isn't that about the same as any pious individual submitting to the will of God. Hey, Zena Williams, Unique Missy. Everybody want to say, oh, I'm a Christian. They get mad at the Muslim man. Oh, I'm a Muslim. They get mad at the Christian man. The definition of Christ means anointed. I-A-N. Christ in. I-A-N means one. Anointed one. That could be everybody on the face of the universe. An anointed one. Now, the anointing it's just a spiritual substance rubbed all over. That's what it means. An unction from the Spirit. That's just one definition. So please, don't be hearing your Muslim brother or your Christian brother or sister getting all up in arms about the deity or the way they choose to worship. Let them have that. Y'all got bigger fish to fry. Like how you gonna come together in your communities to stop genocide and starvation? Okay, your colonist came, Spanish Inquisition. They professed and propagated Christianity through violence, blood, death, destruction, genocide throughout the known world. Your ancestors, mothers, fathers, great-great-grandmothers, all of that, that religion, that God, that deity, that name is beat into them, into their spirit, into their body, into their psyche, their mind, body, and soul. They would take the slaves into a shack or wherever they took them, and they'd say, your God is Christ. And if the slave or the person didn't confess that Christ was their God, they would get beat until they did. So, when you want to identify with religion, not dogma, you are realigning yourself back to your ancestral roots and practices. That's true religion. Not worshiping a deity and being so closed-minded to where we can't even talk to another person and get a deeper worldview and appreciation for the way that their culture or their civilization worships their deity. So please, in your communities, come together. Come together. Because that's the only way you're going to beat these colonists. One thing that I could say that they're a master of, coming together. Everybody want to know the key. The key is y'all divided. You've been divided for hundreds of years. The only reason why the communities is destroyed is because everybody thinks they black, nigger, gangster, Latino, Indian, and a million other different tribes and social engineered classes and status. Y'all all have the same blood of Moorish descent, Moor bloodline. If you don't come together, they're going to conquer you. Just letting you know. In your local communities, to your left and to your right, if you don't begin to develop relationships with one another to the point where you can say hi and cordially feel some type of way about your brother and sister next to you, you're going to get destroyed and conquered, because that's what they do. It's called schism, divide and conquer. So y'all keep being separated if you want to and don't nationalize. Go ahead. And when they come in strong because they're united, you just gonna die. And hey, more power to you. All right? But I'm building me up a little crew. All right? And we gonna get down together. And we gonna ride together. You understand? So, primary documents. Louisiana Code Nor, 1724. To regulate relations between slaves and colonists. The Louisiana Code Nor, or Slave Code, based largely on that compiled in 1685 for the French Caribbean colonies, was introduced in 1724 and remained in force until the United States took possession of Louisiana in 1803. The code's 54 articles regulated the statuses of slaves and free blacks, as well as relations between masters and slaves. The entire body of laws appears below. Now, when you say slaves, the colonists looked at the Moors as slaves. These also looked at themselves as masters over the slaves. Now, the Civil War, you think it was about freeing the slaves. Really, it was about the freedmen remaining free. The Republic government and the confederations against the colonizers and those who supported them. That is the real Civil War. How they told you in history, just like everything else, it's a lie. It was really about the Confederation, Republic, de jure government, and the democracy, de facto government. Coming to terms, coming to a head. This is why George Washington say he chopped down the cherry tree. Because the Republic government, for a short time, they was buried. We took a blow. Now we back in full force, baby, and they don't understand what just happened. After 500 years of rapid DNA modification, how we know these laws back and forth by hand, they and them barely studied anything. That's because the ancestors bringing it to our DNAs. That's how we supposed to be operating as an empire, not as a country, not as a corporation, as an empire. Black Code of Louisiana decrees the expulsion of Jews from the colony, makes it imperative on masters to impart religious instruction to their slaves, permits the exercise of the Roman Catholic creed only. Every other mode of worship is prohibited. Negroes placed under the direction or supervision of any other person than a Catholic are liable to confiscation.